It can be argued that we rely too much on automatic exposure from modern digital cameras. Before we place the exposure meter inside the camera, coupling it to aperture and shutter speed controls, exposure calculations were done manually, often with the aid of a separate exposure meter or the information printed inside a film carton. Today's cameras possess high-tech exposure control, so have we lost the plot of photography? That is, the ability to read the light with our eyes. Traditionalists would argue that this was real photography, a view I tend to share. On intelligent auto, you are locked into the camera's automation, and not just exposure. It does everything, probably without your knowledge, and not always for the best, because it doesn't know what is being photographed. Enter the real photographer. Change the program and suddenly a range of different options become available, including metering, but left on default, usually matrix, we are no further forward from intelligent auto. So, what are the benefits of these additional metering options in program? Default metering in program, also aperture and shutter priority, is usually matrix, multi-segment or ESP, which means electro-selective pattern, and all calculate multiple segments of the screen to reach a composite value. Some brochures make great claims for its accuracy, but it is easily fooled. When contrast rears its ugly head and the difference between shadow and highlight is increased, as explained in Photo Soundbite number 6, the camera cannot manage this vast range of exposure without a bit of help from the photographer. An example of this is when the sun is in shot, especially at sunrise or sunset. Because the sun occupies a tiny portion of the composition, matrix or ESP metering will read too much from the darker areas, of which there are plenty, overexposing the sunrise. Different metering options in the camera's menu will reveal several choices, but the main ones are center weighted and spot, and both will make subtle changes to the image. Spot meters from a precise point of the picture area, usually the center, but some cameras allow this to be moved with the help of a grid screen. Center weighted sits between spot and matrix. Again, it meters from a precise point, but takes into consideration the whole picture area, but to a lesser degree than matrix. Spot is precise and unforgiving and easy to get wrong, therefore not recommended for DSLR cameras with an optical viewfinder. Here, center-weighted would be better. However, electronic finders in CSC cameras give a computerized preview and show the differences in spot metering techniques before the shot is taken. However, many DSLR cameras have live view built into the review screen on the camera back plate and can be used in a similar way to an electronic finder. I will deal with the techniques and uses of spot metering in Photo Soundbite 9, but in 8 I will first explain the differences between JPEG and RAW files, as choices between them can influence the decisions and outcome of spot metering.